and welcome to Exploring the Holos. Yes, in today's video, I'd like to go over a couple of concepts that a lot of people don't understand or maybe never even heard of. Like, what is a holos? Oh, first of all, you have to understand what is not a holos. Um, okay, let's get into it. So the source is the omega point, the origin of everything. And in the beginning, there was only one frequency, one single solitary point. And if you only have one, you have no distance because everything is located in one point. So there was no matter. In order for you to have matter, you have to have dimensionality. Right? You need to be able to measure like height, length, width, so on and so forth. There's 3 spatial dimensions. There's 3 temporal dimensions. I'm not going to really get into that. I don't want to get too complicated. Not in this video. So the source is where everything came from, and eventually we'll go back to. The universe is a cycle. It's secular. And so at the time of the Big Bang, there was a phase shift. And the single frequency became multiple frequencies. This caused different points and distance between those points. So that would cause dimensionality. So through Fourier transforms, which is something else that's a little complicated to explain, matter is created. If you can understand that all energy is light, then you can understand that all matter also is light, just a low frequency light. And it feels solid because it's such a low frequency. It's hard for a lot of people to understand that because when they think of light, they think of, what comes out of a light bulb when you turn on the switch. But we know that light has many spectra. It's a huge spectrum. I mean, there's light that we can't see because our eyes are limited. And it's really hard for even science to understand anything that's not measured by the senses. You can't see it, touch it, hear it, or taste it. Science really gives up at that point. That's why you have to use math. All answers can be found using math. And yeah, that's just all there is to it. Science uses math because math is superior to science. Science would be nowhere without math. So then you come to the question of the holos. Okay, so that's the source. What's the holos? The holos is all the matter that's created by the source. So that would be our planet, other planets, everything physical. So when I say exploring the holos, that's basically exploring our planet, traveling around, looking at shit. Yeah, and there's a serious issue with the majority of our country not even understanding our language, and people They complain about immigrants coming here and not knowing our language. Well, they don't even know the real definition of dimensions. They think dimensions are these weird different worlds or whatever, like multi-universe, whatever. Dimensions are simply ways of measuring things: height, length, width, the time dimensions, different ways of measuring time. There's really a lot of good books that I recommend. Anything by Thomas Stark would help explain this. For a beginner, I do recommend Morg's book, Ontological Mathematics, and that's a really good introductory book. That was the book that I read before I wanted to take any of this stuff seriously, because I knew that if I could understand the math and not disprove it, then I knew we had something real here. So I want to go a little bit into consciousness, but I think I'm going to save that for another video. Like I said, I'm not a teacher, so I have a hard time explaining things to people. But trust me, if you do the reading, read the books on ontological mathematics, anything on Fourier transforms, it would probably help to take a philosophy 101 course. Look up some videos on YouTube. It's really disturbing how in the past, even before Jesus, all this stuff was known and it was like common knowledge. And then, the Dark Ages happened and religion really just screwed everything up. And I feel like science doesn't want to step on religion's toes a lot. So that's kind of holding us back. If we can get people to question their own beliefs and do a little bit of reading, learn a little bit of philosophy, I think we can really wake up this world. And that's what needs to happen before it's too late. My name is Andy. This is Exploring the Holos, and I am Hyperion ad Astra.